Ooh. I dropped off. That was weird. What up, Assad? What up, Assad? Sorry about that. That was weird, man. They kicked me off my that was weird. All right, we're all good. We're all good. I made money on Barbosa. There you go. You bet on Barbosa? Got that one wrong. What did you guys think of the Durate decision over Akhmadov? Thought that was a bogus decision. Thought that was a really, really rotten decision. Thought that was not good at all. Let me check these things. Okay. All right, y'all. Oh, Rocket dropping through. Rocket in the building. Yes, sir. Gary Dallas came through for y'all again. I'm trying to get back. We had a little cold spell there in the spring. But we're getting back. I appreciate you, Rocket. You a good dude. You a good dude. Let me pay some bills first, and I'll get to these guys. Head on over to. Yeah, I agree. I thought that decision was super super rough. Thank you, Rocket. Um, Head on over to carnivorebar.com. That's carnivorebar.com. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10% at carnivorebar.com. That's the nutrition of a steak in the convenience of a bar. That's Carnivore Bar. It's on the move nutrition without compromise. Use promo code BOXING to save 10% at checkout. That's promo code BOXING to save 10% at checkout. carnivorebar.com. All right, y'all. Now that we got that taken care of, guys. Also, head on over to the Patreon. Join the Patreon if you have not already. The link is in the description. I'm also going to go ahead and hang on. I'm going to put it in the chat below. Give me 1 second if this stuff's being weird. What's going on? Here we go. There it is. All right, let's get going, guys. Appreciate everyone stopping by. It's been a long weekend of boxing. We hit our parlay. Kayatso came through. Durate lost a real close decision. Durate won a real close decision over Akhmadov. I thought Akhmadov won. That was an even money fight. Then Barbosa pulls him on an upset over Ramirez. I didn't see coming. I thought Ramirez was going to win that. Obviously, I love the over in that fight, like I said. The over was the bet to make there. I hope everyone took the over. Yeah, I really like that the over in that fight. This is being stupid and gay. Hang on. All right. And as far as next week goes, what is that? Even his own confidence those right. Yeah, I thought the decision was bad. I thought it was just a bad decision all around. Just not good at all. Next week, there's not a whole lot of boxing going on. I'm a little concerned about this. There's no pro box card either on Wednesday, right? What happened to pro box? Yeah, I'm checking something. Uh, 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 Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Pro Box. There's almost no Pro Box TV on TV anymore. I have no idea what's going on with Pro Box at all. If I Zepeda beat Tevin easily, scorecards made it closer than actually. I wanted to ask you about that too. I wasn't watching that fight, I'll be honest, because I just wasn't thinking a very interesting fight. And then they told me that Zepeda got dropped, and I turned on to it. I started watching a little late once I thought Zepeda won clearly, but I missed that early fight because I was watching college football and I just wasn't really that interested in that fight because I thought it would just be a wash. But how did Tevin Farmer look? I'm going to go back and watch it. But how did Tevin Farmer look in that fight? Did Tevin do okay? Was he complete trash? I mean, how did Tevin look in that fight? I thought Tevin did good with Mortaya. I'm worried about next week. What guys are in the Patreon? What do you want me to do next week? I guarantee you guys picks every week, but there are no fights on next week. What do y'all want me to do about betting next week? There's literally no fights on, so I don't know what to do. I can give you two locks of the week the next week. Yeah, he got dropped, but was pushing the pace. Tevin was counterpunching him, but more output from Zepeda. Okay. Rocket says Tevin dropped Zepeda in the fourth. I told you Zepeda would win by decision. KO was not on my radar. Tevin looked good. I'm proud of him. Yeah, no, you got that right, Rock. I thought he'd probably stop him. I just thought Tevin would fade out and age out. But no, you're right. Tevin can still fight. Tevin can still fight for sure. So he's still got something left in him. I don't think he's gonna get to a world title at that weight class for sure. But the guy can still fight. He's still got some pep in his step. And then as far as tonight's main event, Gilberto Ramirez is a legitimate cruiserweight. Hopefully we get Gilberto Ramirez and Jai Apataya. I think Jai Apataya would beat him. I do, but I don't really know what to make of it. Zorro looks good, but he's still slow and he's still there to be hit, right? He's got good footwork. He works his angles. He turns. He pivots out. He does some good things, but he's just in front of you and he's kind of slowish. And Jai Apataya, I think, just skills on him, just tools on him. I think Jai Apataya beats him easily. What do you guys think of a Jai Apataya Zorro Ramirez fight? Is there any intriguing that? Anyone thinks Zorro Ramirez would have a real chance in that fight? I think Jai is a really good fighter. Tired. We may make this a yo Kyle in the house. Yeah, Zorro is slow, whereas Apataya is relentless. I just think it's such a level, a different level in talent and skill and athleticism. I don't think Zorro can overcome that. I don't think Zorro is. And I like Zorro, and I picked him to win. Obviously, there's no ill will towards Zorro. I don't see him winning in a fight like this. Causes, I think Jai wins, but I would do my analysis first. Yeah, for sure. That goes without saying, Kyle. Just off the top of my head, though, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch the tape, and like I said, I'm a Ramirez fan to some degree. I just don't like him against Apataya, and I don't know what I'm gonna look for in a video that's gonna change my mind on that. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm definitely gonna watch 2-3 fights from each guy, go back, watch their recent activity, break it down, and give you guys perfectly executed boxing analysis, which is what I do. I also wanted to know, did anyone here bet or make money on that Tyson fight? Like I said in my video, I was not touching that fight. I'm not betting on that fight. That is a ridiculous, nonsensical farce. So I wasn't betting on it, but there's money to be made in everything. So I'm just wondering what you guys did. I have my thoughts on the fight. I thought the fight was fake as hell. I thought Mike Tyson threw 10 punches. I know he's 60 years old, but why did he throw 10 punches? That made no sense. But I wanted your guys. I told y'all not to bet on that fight. I picked a draw on my video. I was hoping for a draw. So hoping for a draw. The judges had Chris winning 4, possibly 5 rounds. I think Jai would have likely won even more. Yeah, I didn't see. I thought CBS won 2 or 3 rounds. I was a little surprised they gave as much credit as he did. There you go. There you go. There you go. I didn't bet on either. I'm not touching that fight. I know some people did. Some people are like, oh, he's 60 years old. I'm taking Jake Paul. Okay, the fights are fake and rigged and gay. Like, what? I don't like. Okay. I did Jake Paul money line, but lost it all beforehand on Serrano. If you go back and you watch my video, I said that Katie Taylor is the Canelo of women's boxing. She starts every fight 3 rounds up. So now you have to win 8 rounds to get a draw with her. Now, I'm going to be honest. Buffering watching that, the buffering and the freezing up was insane. That's a poor job by Netflix. Okay, that's one. I missed most or half of parts, or I missed a significant portion of the first 4 rounds of the Katie Taylor fight because of buffering and freezing and just the internet being awful. 4 rounds I missed chunks of 4 rounds, the first 4. And that was what I was left of. What I saw from there on out, I thought Serrano still won the fight. I thought Serrano, it's a shame. It's a shame. I knew that fight. I love that fight to go the distance, and I said to take Katie Taylor by decision. The rest of the week was a little tough. We hit our parlay. I hit my legs on the plus money parlay. Now I just need Homeboy to come through. I need World of Wrestling to come through with the UFC picks. I know that the big UFC pay-per-view this week. Homeboy's got his picks in. I hit mine. Now I got to root for his. I think it comes through. I think World of Wrestling comes through. He felt good about his. I felt good about mine. What did you guys think of the? Let me see what Assad said here. I thought it was a Jake Paul, therefore home promoter backed win. Yeah, I talked to my old co-host, from Mixed Combat Radio. I was talking to Robbie, and he said the same thing. I said, no, Katie Taylor is the star. She's the name. She's the star. She gets the star treatment, right? Like I get it was a Jake Paul promotion, so she's the house fighter, but Katie Taylor is the superstar. She's going to get the calls. She's going to get the home treatment. I wasn't shocked by that at all, and that's why I said, you need to win 8 rounds out of 10 to get a draw with her. If you want to beat her, you got to win you got to win 9 of 10. You got to beat her so cleanly and so clearly. It's just like Canelo, right? Like Canelo fought Bivol wins 10 rounds, 9 rounds, 10 rounds, and he gets a 115, 113 scorecard. I mean, that's what you need to do. You need to win 9, 10 rounds against Canelo. 8 gets you a draw. 9 or 10 is what you need from Canelo to beat him. And I feel like you need 9 rounds to beat Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor is women's boxing. There's not a ton. There's not a plethora of good women fighters out there. There's a handful. She's the biggest name. She's the biggest star. So she's going to get the benefit of the doubt. I knew when they said 95, 94 times 3, I knew what we were looking at. I knew what we were looking at because Serrano won that fight wide. Serrano won it wide. So once you gave me three close scorecards, I knew they were going to Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor by bogus decision was absolutely in the cards and on the cards. Kyle says, how about that Zepeda fight? Really close. Yeah, that was surprisingly close. Got that one. That was a tough one. I thought the judges had it a little close. I don't see the fight going for Farmer, but it was close. It was way closer than I expected for sure. I had someone in the chat telling me that Farmer could win. It's like Farmer can't win. And then yesterday's fight, the undefeated prospects on the undercard, Lucas Body and Armando Santamonica. I called the upset on that, didn't get it, thought it was very close. Did anyone think Santa Monica edged Lucas Body in what was a really, really, really good fight? In reality, it wasn't close. I kind of agree with Assad. Like I didn't think the fight was close. I thought it was clear. I thought who won the fight was clear. I thought Zepeda, but I missed the first 4 rounds of that fight, so I can't comment too much on it. Lucas Body got lucky. That was a tough one, man. I didn't understand the odds. I saw Santa Monica plus 800. I'm like, what? Yeah, just take that. It didn't come through. It didn't hit. But at plus 800, I would tell you to make that bet 10 out of 10 times. I feel if they fought, Santa Monica wins 5 times out of 10 easily, maybe 6. So I thought it was worth the risk. I thought it was a good bet. He got jobs. And then what about Barrios Ramos? I was okay with the draw. I thought Barrios won. I had it 5-5 after 10. I thought it was easy to score. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Barrios. 6, 7, 8, 9 for Ramos. Now 10, 11, 12 were top to score. I scored the 10th for Ramos. So after 10, I had it 5-5 with 1 knockdown apiece. Yeah. I gave you good advice. The judges went the other way, unfortunately. But you can see, like Santa Monica, what I'm saying, this is a 50-50-ish kind of fight. You can see where I'm coming at with that. Like, I like Santa Monica in that. I would bet him again if they fought tomorrow. I would. The judges went the other way in a really, really close fight. But at plus 800, I saw him out. I think it was when I did my video. I was like, oh, y'all have got to take him at plus 800. This is a close fight. And what's my rule? Plus 300 or more. All you have to do is hit 1 out of 4. If you hit 1 out of 4, you're making money on it. Okay? And if they're 50-50 fights, you should hit 2 out of 4. They're 50-50. According to us, over a large time frame, you should hit more than just 1 out of 4. You should hit 2 out of 4. You should hit half of them if they're 50-50 fights. Your big picture wise. So I just think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Bars is really close to you. I had 5-5 after 10. And then I gave the last 2. I scored the last 2 for Barrios. I thought the closest I guess you could see it wide other ways. I mean, I guess you could see it for Ramos. I didn't, I thought 5-5 going in the final 2 rounds. Whoever wins the last 2 rounds wins the fight. And I thought Barrios won the last 2 rounds. So I scored for Barrios. I thought he won the last 2 rounds clean after losing the 10th. But I think the 10th was a toss-up round. I think 11 and 12 were close. I saw Barrios won them. Did anyone have the fight for Ramos? Did anyone have the fight for Ramos, or did anyone have it a draw? Did anyone not have it for Mario? Lucas Body can't handle speed. Certainly not. Certainly not. That's an excellent point, Assad. That gets the gold star of the day. Retro Kisses. I managed to make some money. I took Zordo KO in round 4, then cashed it out in round 9 for profit. There you go. CBS legs look gone, but I figured he would make it. I did not. As we kept marching on, it wasn't until after we got through the 11th round, I was like, all right, he's gonna make it to the end here. I thought, 6, 7, 8, 9. I thought Zordo was gonna get him out. Zordo was gonna break him. Zordo was gonna finish him. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time. And kudos to Chris Billam Smith. He stood in there and he stayed and he lasted. I did not think he was going to do that. I thought he was going to get stopped. I did. And each round, all right, he's going to stop next round, and it didn't. So shout out to Chris Billam Smith, determined fighter, fought really, really well. Fought as well as he could. But Zordo Ramirez is just all around better fighter, which is why I picked Zordo Ramirez. Kyle Hayden. Chris looked spent after the first 2 rounds. He did. A lot changed in that fight after the first 2 rounds, that's for sure. Chris Billam did not look to be in tip-top shape. I don't. Does he have a weight cut? Does he have to cut a lot of weight? He did. Zordo, who comes up from 68, looked like the bigger guy to me in the ring. So it doesn't seem like Chris is a guy that cuts a ton of weight to make 200, or did he? I don't know. Does he get fat in between fights? Does he blow up? I was biased and watching Barrios fight with one eye. All right. I mean, that's cool. That's fair. I mean, Barrios is a close friend of mine. I've known him since his early days. I've known him since an amateur, really. So I'm rooting for him. And I'm trying to watch this objectively, too. And I'm talking to people, and I'm trying to get their take. Hey, how's this fight going? How's this fight going? And it all said it was close. So I wasn't upset. Like, I was upset that Katie Taylor got another bogus decision. Can we be real about Katie Taylor? Katie Taylor has 4 losses, 5 losses, 4 losses, 4 wins that should be losses. The 2 Serrano fights and the 2 Pursoon fights. All of those should be losses, and she got decisions in each and every one of them. Keep that in mind. They were saying he may have needed to cut weight during the fight. All right, maybe, yeah. I mean, he didn't look big, but you could see he slowed down tremendously after that second round. 12-round fight, slowing down tremendously in the third round is trouble. And I think you saw it. If they rematched and he was made the weight better, maybe the fight looks differently. I don't know. Katie Taylor is a fraud. Look, I mean, if you're telling me things like Katie Taylor is the best women boxer in the world, Katie Taylor is one of the greatest women fighters of all time, yes, then she's fraudulent. Is Katie Taylor a good fighter? Yeah. She fought Amanda Serrano, who I think is top 5 greatest women fighters of all time. Katie Taylor fought her incredibly tough. I thought she lost both. But, it depends on what you mean by a fraud, right? Like, she's a good fighter. Is she the best women fighter of all time? Is she the best women's fighter currently? Was she ever the best women's fighter in the world at any time? No, and no. No. I was thinking they needed to a legit ref like Harvey Dock or something for the Serrano Taylor fight. Yeah, I mean, when you have these big fights, why not get real refs? Why not get the best refs in the world? Right? Bring them in. You can do it. Like, you're paying for everything. Say we're going to pay for good refs. Like, I agree with Kyle on that. Thomas Taylor or something. Bring someone in. I agree. Watpool was unlucky versus Sadisa Green. Ooh, okay. You guys agree with that? I thought Green won. I'm not. Look, I'm not sure about fraud. She's a cheater, dirty. This headbutting crap needs to stay. She did it to Chantel too. Yeah, I mean, yes, you are correct. I mean, she's a dirty fighter. She's an infighter. She uses her head. She does. I mean, there's no 2 ways around that. I don't hate Katie Taylor. I think she's a little overrated, and I think she's a dirty fighter. I don't dislike her or have any ill will towards her. That was close too. It was a really good weekend of boxing. Like, if it wasn't for that clown show Mike Tyson thing at the end, that was a really good card. The Casablanca fight was good. What do we think of Shushu Carrington? A lot of people, including myself, are starting to cool on Shushu. Like, really starting to cool on him. He's a good fighter. I'm sure he'll go on to get a world title at some point. But he was supposed to be the it guy. He was that dude. He's good. He's good. He's 27, I think, already. How are we feeling about Shushu at this stage of his career? I'm a little concerned, to be honest. It started with the fight at the Garden on, was it? Bernard Angelo Torres. He got him out in the 4th round, but struggled in that fight through the first 3 rounds and then blew him out. But you can see Brian DeGracia, he then destroyed DeGracia, and then the Segawa fight was very close, majority decision on that fight. And then last night, real step back in level of competition, and he won every round clearly, but that's not a great fighter. She should have lost second fight to Cameron. She was shot, but Cameron. What is going on with my internet today? I was high as hell on Shushu, but now I think he's a fraud. We're gonna call everyone a fraud today. He looked bad against Segawa and looked even worse against that Australian guy because he didn't show any improvements and had no rhythm. Yeah, I agree. Shushu is not living up to what he was supposed to. He's not the old world, all high level prospect that we were hoping he was. I gotta check something here. Give me 1 second, guys. No, my internet speed is fine. I'm having some issues here with connectivity. It's a little slow, but not too bad. Give me 1 second. I'm just checking it. All right. Now my internet speed should be fine. All right, whatever. All right, cool. All right, I appreciate that. All right, Kyle, all good. I'm gonna wrap this up soon. I'm getting tired. I got a lot of college football to catch up on. It's been a lot of boxing the last 24 hours, so I wanna get going soon. I appreciate everyone stopping by. I appreciate everyone coming by. Everyone commenting. Appreciate the super chat from the homie Rocket, who is the man. You guys don't have any last minute questions, comments, thoughts, super chats, anything like that, I'm going to try to go live as much as I can. Obviously, this week is going to be rough. There's just not a lot of fights going on. I will try to do a live stream probably tomorrow, see what y'all want to talk about, try to get a plan for the week. But let me know what you guys think. Thoughts, comments, super chats below. Leave your thoughts, comments below. Super chats, anything like that. But other than that, I'm gonna get going. Take care, Retro. I'll see you tomorrow. See everyone tomorrow. It is November 16th, 2024 from Texas to the world. Thank you, and God bless.